Alright, welcome back to MMG. So I'm gonna make less and less videos as things get worse and worse because time is it's not on our side. Not at all. And I'm gonna show you guys that software projection tool, which will give us a good idea of how much time we have before SHTF. Unless the warm weather and the UV rays somehow stop it. But most people work inside of buildings, so it's probably not. Hopefully it'll slow it down if anything, but how much I do not know, or if it'll even do that. So first of all, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Consult your licensed financial advisor before doing anything. Stocks are extremely volatile, extremely risky. Do not invest anything you're not willing to lose or lose sleep over, and I really mean that. This is more of an educational channel. These are my opinions. I could be completely wrong, and we are definitely living in turbulent times even in the market now, and I believe the bubble's popped, and I said it would. I called the black swan before. Pretty much anyone out there, anyone. And I've been on top of this Cove thing since the 18th, January 18th, saying that it'll pop the bubble. It's the needle hitting the balloon. All right, so the market sold off today. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I expect a continuation because who's going to hold over the weekend as more and more bad news comes out. And in my last video, I said, I'm expecting a dead cat bounce. And that's pretty much what just happened in the past few days this week. We'll take a look at the Dow. And I'm going to cover a few things, so watch the entire video. There's a sweet interactive map I could show you guys, and you should stick around for this video. Trust me. I'm going to go through this real quick, though. Here's the dead cat bounce. And we had a 50 basis point rate cut, emergency rate cut, and this is all it did. It gave us a dead cat bounce, and that's what I was expecting. It went above my resistance line, and that happens. I expect that to actually happen. I just put it there as a reference to that's probably a good time to take profits or go short, and that's why we have resistance and support lines. So now that the dead cat bounce is pretty much a dead cat bounce, technically, looking at TA here, the moving average is on the daily here on the Dow. They're going to start crossing to the downside, and we're going to start getting a bunch of death crosses. Well, the 100-day, the 50 will cross the 200 eventually in the next few weeks and months. Now, everyone's thinking, yeah, but they're going to come out with more rate cuts and more QE. True. I think that'll keep the markets up. Like I'm saying, it'll keep them from crashing, but it's not going to help the markets make new all-time highs. At this point, it's becoming very evident that this Cove thing's not going away, and the supply chain of the world is like permanently damaged. Well, not permanently, but for a very long time, and China's not coming back online. They say they're back online, but they're just like, they have the lights on, they're running machines, but like, it's being faked. And that just shows you the dire situation, because that means that they're worried of a revolt, right? Which will probably happen, I think. Okay, so, like I said, this was going to be a dead cat bounce, and it pretty much is turning out to be a dead cat bounce. Here's all the major indices. They all look the same, pretty much like the Dow. And A lot of them are either testing the 100-day moving average, or no, the 100 period moving average on the weekly. But some of them actually retested, like the Russell 2000 actually tested the 200-week moving average. So once it breaks below that again, this is the Russell 2000 right here, then, I mean, markets are going to dump. And I don't think they're even going to do another rate cut. I think they're going to go straight to QE. They're going to have to keep everyone from panicking. And you have to understand, the further the market drops, the harder it is to keep it up. And the more money it'll take, and printing it'll take, and lower rates it'll take to keep it up. Because once the momentum starts to the downside, it's very hard to stop. And human psychology and sentiment, especially with something that they can't control whatsoever. Their only attempt to controlling the Cove thing is controlling the masses' perception of how bad it is. In the US, they're not testing. They're barely testing. Why is that? Because if they were to test, there would be thousands and thousands of cases everywhere, probably in every major city and state. And then you would have a mass panic. I mean, they're just delaying the day of reckoning, but it's not going to buy them that much time. So when the day of reckoning comes, all hell's going to break loose because no one's going to be prepared. It's kind of like all at once, you're just going to see your retirement disappear. You're not going to go, like, your job's going to say, hey, don't come into work. And then maybe your bank won't, like, spit out any money. What are you going to do then? Because if nobody prepares and this gets really bad in the next, like, 2 months, and I'm going to show you guys my projections, then that's what's going to happen to the majority of people. And then you cannot imagine the violence. And there won't be any, like, they won't be able to control it. All right. Especially in the US. Especially if no one's prepared. It's unbelievable. Anyways, and that's why I've been screaming at you guys to get ready before the masses wake up. I think it's still not too late, but things are drying up online, like things you need. All right, so major indices. NASDAQ is holding up fairly strong, and so is the S&P. But the Dow and the Russell were hit pretty hard, which are more domestic, which is the irony of that. I think the only reason that the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 are holding up a little better is because that's how the central banks and, I don't know, maybe the banks keep the markets higher, because they'll just go and buy the FANG index or the S&P outright and the NASDAQ to keep the internationals up. Because once the internationals go, because everyone's more heavily weighted in these FANG stocks, once they fall, I mean, it's going to take everything down with it. But the Vanguard International Index here is, yeah, I mean, next week I expect carnage. Let's take a look at one of the trillion-dollar companies. Here's Apple. Now these are arrows. Don't take them literally. They're just showing you directions. But I was right. And Apple dumped, especially because of China's trade. Well, they can't manufacture any more Apple products, so I don't know how this company's going to stay alive. Nice dead cat bounce. Great shorting opportunity. And I put it out in the private group to short this up here. And there's, in the private group, I mean, we've had some awesome shorts. I had to have at least made a couple people rich. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to plug myself. So the 60% discount's gone. If you didn't take advantage of that, I mean, you had 2 weeks. But you can still, I'm still putting it at a discount because I'm going to call it the apocalypse discount. And it's still like 40% off. It's like $220 and then $10 a month to stay in the private group. If you're looking to try to profit and join a nice community where we're doing research and looking for opportunities. All right. Now, apparently, Jamie Dimon had some kind of like heart problem. Oh no, these aren't financials yet. These are still. I'll get to that. So here's Apple. Here's Alphabet. Here's J.P. Morgan. J.P. tanked because of Jamie Dimon. Here's Amazon, Microsoft, and Berkshire. Berkshire is holding up surprisingly. You know, I might take a stab at that. Anyways, so packages. Someone had the Cove at one of the Amazon plants. If Amazon goes down, it's going to take the market as well. And if this thing actually can get shipped to people's homes, like on packages, that is a nightmare. It'll spread it so fast. Within a month, I don't know. It's already, everyone will have it. Well, there'll be enough people where it'll just boom. Microsoft, it's holding up. Its all-time high was at 190. And right now it's at 166. So there's a lot of downside to Microsoft. So we're still at the beginning stages of this bubble bursting and correction. I'll talk about the news in a second, guys. What else? Here's financials. Just destroyed. Look at that. This is what worries me. If financials keep crashing, are there going to be bank holidays? Are you not going to be able to get your money out of the bank? And brokerages would also go under. Let's hope not. Let's hope their QE will, and their PPT will keep things going. At least till, hopefully till fall or something. But something to be nervous about. So be hedged every way possible. Have physical, have cash underneath the mattress, have stocks to make some life-changing gains, and buy the things you need now because the shelves are going empty. Or they will if they haven't. Sooner than you think. Transports finally fell below major support at 91.53. If this keeps falling, especially tomorrow, then next week's going to be bloody. Next week will be bad, in my opinion. Maybe they'll do another emergency rate cut like Sunday or something. Here's the FANG index weekly chart. Still holding up pretty high, and like I said, this is what they like to how to keep the markets up. But again, it's on support on the 50-day moving average, and if it breaks below it again, which breaks below, let's say 3,400, it's going. It could visit the 100-day moving average around 3,150, somewhere around there, or maybe a little bit lower. It could wick down, then wick up. You know what I mean? It's going to be extremely volatile. Also, this looks like a head and shoulders pattern already. So shoulder, head, shoulder forming, especially if it goes to 3360. I mean, then it's already a head and shoulder on the FANG index. Gold. I told you guys last Friday, noon, to buy the dip. I literally said buy the freaking dip. It was down at like 1563. I literally caught the bottom of that dip. Yeah, like 1562, something like that. I said, listen, guys, like I posted in the private group, I'm like, BTFD, and I never do that. Like, I have to be really, really certain of myself to ever say something like that. But this looks nice right here. It looks like a handle on a possibly a giant cup, but no, not really. It doesn't matter. This is definitely an inverse head and shoulder. This is a 12-hour chart. Let's take it to a 4-hour chart. Inverse head and shoulder. If we could just get up to the previous high or even close enough to it, we'll probably make new highs, especially if the market starts pulling back. The problem is if the market pulls back too quickly and it's too volatile, then you'll start getting margin calls and panic selling on everything, and then metals will fall with the market. So you have to be careful. Although the daily's on a 4 count of a 9 count to the upside, and if gold breaks out in the next 2 weeks, I expect the miners to also break out because they have been also rallying with the price of gold, and they're extremely undervalued. And speculators might start jumping finally into the mining sector. Now be cognizant of this Cove thing. If it gets really bad, it's not positive for any company, even mining companies, because people are gonna need the money and they're gonna freak out. So during a time like that, you would want to just, I don't know, short and just take profits like as you make profits, and then go to physical to weather the storm. And then when things calm down, like a year from now or who knows, then we could get back in the markets if the system isn't completely destroyed. It's not Mad Max. I don't know, guys. I'm worried. I sound crazy, but I also sounded crazy 7 weeks ago when I was warning about this thing. Here's a clean chart of gold, monthly. Monthly, every candlestick represents a month. We are getting awfully close to the all-time high in gold. So these mining stocks will make 10x moves to catch up with the price of gold. And, well, silver not so much, but gold. But eventually silver will break. Well, the manipulation will break on silver and it'll just shoot up. So yeah, once 1700 is taken out, we're going to see some life-changing money-making moves, hopefully, soon, like next week and the week after. And then I'll be taking profits up here somewhere as hopefully we make new all-time highs, and then you want to take profits on the way up, just in case. Especially with the leverage ETFs or something like that. Alright. So I made a couple awesome calls. We shorted at 116, Royal Caribbean. This was one of the best shorts ever. Especially if you put on an option, right? And you leveraged up. You made a ton of money. Alright, let's get back to the markets. Let's take a look at the futures. Because right now it is like 8 in the afternoon, U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Futures for the U.S. look green. It's a little bit of red. No, those are just commodities. It's green, but I don't see how anyone in their right mind will hold over this weekend. Europe's down, so we're gonna have to watch the futures overnight. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow will take back Friday. No one wants to really hold over the weekend because Cali just went onto a state of emergency. So let's talk about the news. Yields drop. Oh yeah, the 10-year is like at 0.9. It's insane. Let's take a look at what's going on. All right. So they're trying to keep the public calm. It's probably because the U.S. just isn't ready, or who knows? Who knows what devious. Again, expect roadblocks and people coming to your door with test kits, or who knows? Who knows? But it'll probably get that bad, in my opinion. So the West Coast looks very bad. Who is more deadly than originally thought? No shit. Like, the alternative's been saying that for weeks. I've been saying that. So this is the thing, guys. One day you're just going to see gold and silver making like double-digit percentage gains in one day. Why is that? Because the futures market, the COMEX, will break because countries, or anyone who wants the metals to rally, a big speculator, possibly a hedge fund, or a country, or someone who's highly invested, they're going to ask for delivery. And they know that the futures market's not going to be able to deliver, and that's when finally you're going to see moves that no one will believe. And that'll catch the attention of the retail investors and Wall Street and everyone else who likes to ignore metals because they've been brainwashed in universities and mainstream media. We don't know what's going on, Wall Street. Yeah, because for 11 years you guys have been kind of, conditioned to buy every dip and not understand economics. And there's a lot of, younger investors these days, like in their late 20s and 20s. They've never even seen a bear market. So the elite are, the demands are soaring for bunkers. And that's why I'm going to be making less videos. I'm looking for my own, bug out retreat myself. Everything's fake in China. Absolutely. Everything's fake there. The windmills are fake there, believe it or not. They're never on. They just turn them on whenever the politicians run through. A lot of things are actually fake there. It's all about show, but it's not about go. And that's what bureaucracies create. You just want to please your superiors. This will probably be worse than the 1930s Great Depression, guys. I'm just being honest. I really do believe that myself. 1.5. We're going to look at my projection, but that's somewhat close to it. Okay, so... I like to go late night shopping when there aren't a lot of people at the stores, the 24/7 stores. Every day there's something that I'm like, oh crap, I need that, I need this, for the private members, I'm going to make you guys a private video, show you guys what I'm getting, and how I'm going to use them and stuff when I get around to it. I'm really busy right now preparing. Alright, so let's get into the genes. This is what's really, well, for one, let's take a look at the map. Or you know what, let's go straight to the genes. Alright, this is what's concerning me. I told you guys this thing's gonna mutate. They all mutate, but the problem is this thing is so infectious and it's spreading so rapidly that it's infecting so many people that it's going to get... The more people it infects, the more genetic mutations. And the more likelihood you're going to get these mutations that are way more deadly. That's the problem. And people... And, they're going to tell you this entire time, stay calm. We're coming with a cure. We're coming with a cure. They're just going to say that to keep everyone calm. But the problem is this thing's mutating. And... For one, there's no guarantee they can make one. For 2, if it's mutating, they might make one, it might work one day, and then another day it won't work. And like I said, if they had one today, still take about 8 to 16 months to roll out to everyone. Like in the modern world. I'm not even talking about second or third, where there'll be more new strands coming from there because the infection will just keep going. I'm being a realist here, guys. That's why I'm worried. But check out this cool interactive map. I mean, everyone should find God and pray that it somehow, the human immune could fight it off and it'll just turn into a wicked flu. But check out this. This is cool. So these are the different strands that have mutated and how they grow. The different colors represent different strands. Obviously, Italy and Iran is really bad, and so was China. And you can see the color, they're color coded. So what in the US we have a different strand. It's like orange and red. It's not the same one that's in Italy, which is good because the one in Italy looks really bad. And so does the purple one in China, right? So we don't want the purple or the greenish one. Let's do it again. So this is what it looked like at its peak so far, the mutation. So you can see that there's different types of people in these regions, and it's because of their genes and their environments that create these mutations, and that's how you will get worse off mutations. Again, I told you guys we need to watch South Korea and Japan. Although I don't think Japan's being honest, but South Korea looks very honest, and so is Singapore. So oh man, 6,000 already, and this doubles pretty much every week, probably worse. Probably every 3 days. So we're going to see how but you see, South Korea is doing everything possible. They're testing everyone. In the US, we can't even get any. Or we just don't want to. I think the US is more scared of the bubble collapsing than the freaking cold itself. Again, I can't say certain words. Listen, guys, India, I showed you guys that population density map a few videos ago. When it takes off here, it's going to be horrifying. Yeah. Italy and Iran, they're looking bad. There's already videos coming out of Iran. Now, the more larger European countries are starting to get towards the thousands in confirmed, and that's when it starts going parabolic or exponential. And we're probably a week away from that, or 2 weeks in Europe at the most. And then shit's gonna hit the fan there. Start hitting. I don't want to say that. Panic's gonna ensue. And then, 4 weeks from now, it'll be chaos. By then, we're really starting to panic and go into chaos in the U.S. All right, so let's take a look at let's take a look at a few. See, all right, here's global confirmed. Just ignore China at this point. It's all lies. Total is what we need to look at, and the blue line. So if we put on a logarithmic, you can see it's starting to go exponential. It's going to go straight up. This is outside mainland. It's already going straight up, technically. If you put it on logarithmic. Here's some more charts. And this is global infection rate. It's just going higher and higher now. And here's infection acceleration. This is what's really important, the acceleration of this. So the blue line is what to look at for the rest of the world. And it's going up here. Now, once this blue line breaks this trend, it just goes parabolic exponential, which it will. That's when you know time has run out to prepare. So, yeah. Now, what else did I want? I wanted to talk about one more thing. Oh, yeah. So here's the model simulator. It's free. This guy made it. He even has a channel. I posted in the newsroom. I'll post it again in the newsroom. Or you guys could just type in this and you'll find it. So these are the data sets I put in. You could change these to try to get the best accurate simulation. You could read all of these, what they mean. This is what I put in, and this is my best guess. And this is a guess. And this scares me, okay? Like I said, I'm going to make less videos, and this is why. So we're really going to start seeing panic, I believe, by the beginning of May. Like, everyone's going to be talking about it, in the US, at least. In Europe and the world. It'll be main news. By the end of May, that's when the SHTF starts happening. And globally, we're at 251 million. Now, this doesn't look like it makes sense because a few months ago, it says 240,000. That's because I don't believe China. That's why. And that's only what, like 5x? Not even 5x. For back then, yeah, it's about 10x. So let's just say only that many people in China, which is probably worse, but it's hard. That's what I'm saying, to predict this. But at the rate that this is spreading, I believe through my data sets and inputs, by the end of May, we're going to start seeing the SHTF happen. Okay? Like cities being locked down, roadblocks. And by then you need to be set. Like, your prepping, your financial, and your location. I believe you should be. Can I be completely wrong? Yes. And I really, really hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope the sun and the heat slows us down by a lot. But even if it does, I give it latest June. But June, I think, will be peak. Now, here's the problem once you get to 250 million. This is globally, not US. It jumps by the end of... By the middle of next month, middle of June, you're already at 1 billion. And once you're at 1 billion, I mean, there's only 7 billion on the planet, so... And of course this will slow down because of measures done, right? Like self-quarantine, people won't leave their homes, but what I'm trying to say is there's no economic movement. Everything shuts off, and that's what scares me. Like, hopefully, yeah, people are going to still go to work to keep the water and the lights on, but supply chain, once it's broken, and the supply chain is very, very complex, and it takes a lot of people working and keeping it going, and to feed everyone in the major cities, that's very complex, and it takes everyone working to accomplish that. It takes everything working to accomplish that. The financial system, you need the supply chain for energy, like fuel and trucks and drivers. That's what worries me, guys. It's the combination. It's not just getting sick. It's in the mutation of this thing, which can make it very, very deadly. It's everything. It's the panic. it's nobody going to work. That means most people won't have food. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, all right? Smash some likes, leave anything in the comments section, and go to my website, try to make it through this and make as much as humanly possible so we could keep buying more things we need and whatnot. And whoever does make it through this, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer doomsdayer here, but if you make it through this, you might have it really, really good in the end, because, you know, there's going to be less people, more cars, more homes left over. I'm joking, but don't have despair. There's no reason for it. You know, we don't live forever anyways, and, you know, just get right with God and hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and hopefully everything will be all right. And it's becoming a touchy subject, and I don't want to you know, it's fun to joke around this and that, keep your humor so you could keep your sanity, but you know, I'm having a hard time falling asleep, and I'm thinking about this because I understand how devastating this could be. So, but anyways, guys, you know, we're gonna make it because we've been ahead of the game, ahead of the ball, and let's hope for the best. Until next time.